The man arrived just past midnight. His suit was tailored, his shoes polished to a mirror sheen, and his demeanor calm. Too calm for someone entering l'Obscure, Tokyo's most secretive culinary sanctuary. The hostess, dressed in black silk and wearing an earpiece, greeted him without asking his name. She simply nodded and led him through a velvet corridor to the VIP lounge. The room was dimly lit, with obsidian walls and a single spotlight over the table. A phone rang. The hostess answered, her expression tightening. "Your appointment has been canceled," she said, "but the meal has already been paid for. The chef insists you stay." The man hesitated, but hunger and curiosity won. He nodded. A waiter emerged, pushing a silver cart. Upon the dish sat a domed cloche, steaming slightly. With a flourish, the waiter lifted it. Inside lay a volcanic snail, its shell iridescent, its body coiled like a sleeping dragon. It was plated with black garlic foam, obsidian salt, and a drizzle of crimson reduction. The aroma was intoxicating. The chef entered. His face was pale, eyes sunken. "You're about to experience something singular," he said. "This snail was harvested from the geothermal vents of the Mariana Trench. It took me days to prepare." The man took a bite. The texture was divine, like buttered silk with a hint of iron. He moaned in delight. "This is incredible!" But as he was halfway done and reached for another bite, the remaining snail twitched. He froze. The chef leaned in. "That's why it took me so long to prepare, because I couldn't figure out how to kill it." The man blinked. "Excuse me?" "I slow-cooked it for 72 hours. It wouldn't stop twitching. Eventually it stopped moving, and I assumed it had died. So, let's see. Nah, it is dead. I had checked. But..." Thin, translucent worms began to slither from the snail's flesh. They moved like threads of glass, shimmering under the light. The chef gasped. "That's unfortunate. A parasite that can survive inside a volcanic snail must be nearly indestructible." Suddenly the man screamed. A sharp pain stabbed his abdomen. He clutched his stomach, sweat pouring down his face. "Call 911, he shouted. The manager appeared, calm and cold. "We have our own doctor." Two security men grabbed him, dragging him out through a back door into a waiting car. They drove through neon-lit alleys until they reached a shuttered clinic with no signage. Inside, a man in a stained lab coat greeted them. "Put him on the bed," he said. The man was given a sedative. As he drifted into unconsciousness, he heard the doctor whispering on the phone. "Yes, he's infected. No, we can't let him go to a hospital. The fallout would be catastrophic." He woke hours later. The room was silent. He stood, groggy, and stumbled to a cracked mirror. His reflection made him scream. From his eyes, nose, and ears, thin worm-like strands, like angel hair pasta, crawled outward, writhing slowly. His skin was pale, his pupils dilated. Behind him, he heard the doctor whisper, "We need to dispose of him. If this gets out..." The man bolted, locking the door and escaping through a broken window. He ran through the streets, delirious, until he saw a pharmacy just opening for dawn. A young woman was unlocking the door. He shoved past her, knocking over shelves, grabbing bottles of antibiotics and swallowing them by the handful. She screamed, watching the worms pulse and writhe across his face. He collapsed, silent. She called 911, sobbing. "A man! He broke in. He's covered in worms. I think he's dead." The operator's voice was calm. "Are you sure he's dead?" She turned to look. The man was standing. His eyes were blank, his mouth slightly open. He stared at a spot on the wall, unmoving. The worms had stopped crawling. They were gone. The girl screamed. The man walked out of the pharmacy, barefoot, silent. His suit was torn, his face expressionless. Inside him, something had changed. The parasites had found a host, and they were learning.